Commander Michael Eddington, speculating that Commander Michael Eddington was a Section 31 operative radically recontextualizes his entire character arc, from loyal Starfleet security officer to traitorous Maquis leader to tragic martyr. While canon paints him as a disillusioned idealist who turned against Starfleet for moral reasons, a Section 31 framing suggests something darker, deeper, and far more orchestrated. Theory: Michael Eddington, deep cover Section 31 agent. Codename: Speculative. Mercury halo. Insertion vector: assigned to DS-9 security to monitor Cardassian Dominion convergence, monitor Odo's infection with the morphogenic virus, and infiltrate and guide the Maquis resistance movement towards strategic collapse. 31 strategic motive for Maquis infiltration. Containment of Federation radicalism. The Maquis posed a serious threat to Federation Cardassian diplomatic stability, Federation moral high ground, Starfleet chain of command integrity. Section 31 may have viewed the Maquis as a cancerous idealism, a fringe splinter of Federation ethics becoming militarized. Solution: insert an agent who could gain their trust, shape their actions, and ultimately engineer their destruction when their usefulness ends. 31 intelligence feed on Cardassian Obsidian Order. As the Maquis operated near the demilitarized zone, they were perfectly positioned to intercept covert Cardassian communications, monitor Central Command troop movements, feed disinformation about Starfleet's intentions. Eddington may have acted as Section 31's eyes and ears on both sides of the DMZ. 31 Odo surveillance and evaluation. Eddington was tasked to watch, monitor, and evaluate Odo, gauging the shapeshifter's loyalty to the Federation. By recording and reporting subtle shifts in Odo's behavior, Eddington supplied data for Control's predictive modeling of founder psychology and collective behavioral patterns. His assignment also included covert health assessments to ensure the morphogenic virus seeded within Odo by Section 31 remained dormant and did not manifest prematurely, which could jeopardize both the operation and Odo's continued use as a transmission vector to the Great Link. Controlled burn doctrine. Section 31 believes in eliminating threats not when they appear, but when they grow too visible. By embedding Eddington in the Maquis, they let the Maquis expand, drawing out idealists, ex-Starfleet officers, and fringe radicals. Once the Maquis reached critical exposure, Eddington triggered provocations, attacks that invited retaliation by the Federation and Dominion. Starfleet, especially Cisco, was goaded into destroying the Maquis with Cardassian cooperation. Sloane's commentary.
A controlled burn. Let it grow, then wipe it out all at once.
Reframing Eddington's betrayal. In For the Cause, Eddington defects, but he makes no attempt to disappear. He leaves behind a clean narrative of ideological awakening. He repeatedly taunts Cisco, drawing attention to his own actions. This mirrors Section 31 defection protocols, where agents burn their Starfleet cover to maintain deniability, sell the fiction, make the martyrdom useful. His Les Miserables references, a mask to give his actions moral camouflage, death as mission completion. In Blaze of Glory, Eddington sacrifices himself to stop a retaliatory strike that would destabilize the region and damage Federation political standing. Section 31 analysis would read, final objective achieved, prevent mass escalation. Public narrative preserved, Eddington dies a traitor-hero hybrid. Section 31, exposure avoided. No intel ever traced back.
The most useful agent is the one no one suspects, especially in death.
Section 31, conclusion, speculative. Profile, Michael Eddington. Operational role, disruption agent, Maquis infiltration. Behavioral protocol, ideological deep cover, self-radicalizing profile. Mission end marker, targeted martyrdom.
He betrayed Starfleet to save it. He betrayed the Maquis to silence them. And he betrayed himself because that was the story. We needed him to sell.
Section 31, speculative analysis. If Michael Eddington was a deep cover Section 31 operative, then Section 31 absolutely anticipated the risk that Captain Sisko might eliminate him, either intentionally or as collateral in a larger engagement. In fact, they may have designed for that very possibility, believing Sisko's emotional compulsion for closure would make him both a reliable executioner and a narrative shield.
Subject: potential termination of asset Mercury Halo. Commander Michael Eddington. Potential terminator Captain Benjamin Sisko. Strategic scenario: asset exceeds mission parameters or becomes ideologically unstable, triggering field-based resolution.
Why Section 31 anticipated termination of Eddington by Sisko. Sisko's psychological profile makes him ideal. Section 31 had already assessed Sisko as prone to moral override under high stress, possessive of betrayal, trauma triggers, Cal Hudson, Jennifer's death, Garrick, and later Vreenak. Likely to see personal betrayal as a challenge to Starfleet's integrity.
If Eddington's arc must end, Sisko will make it personal, and that's exactly what we need.
31 knew Sisko would chase Eddington down, not as a political objective, but as a personal vendetta. That vendetta could be weaponized. A controlled end to a dangerous asset. By the time of Blaze of Glory, Eddington had inspired a symbolic resurgence of the Maquis, engaged in unsanctioned actions that drew too much attention, become too visible to remain in play. Section 31 would view Sisko's pursuit as the ideal exit vector. No internal assassination team required. No traceable connection to 31's original mission.
The traitor. Narrative remains clean. Let the hero kill the rogue. No one suspects the puppet if the strings are burned.
Eddington's death served dual purposes. His sacrifice prevented war escalation, Maquis missile attack, but it also neutralized an unstable asset, reinforced Starfleet's moral authority, cemented Sisko's willingness to kill for Federation stability. Section 31 may have even subtly nudged the encounter, fed false intelligence about the missiles, allowed Eddington to transmit just enough to provoke Sisko, ensured Eddington had no escape.
We gave him a glorious ending. The Federation got a clean ending, and Sisko got closure.
Section 31, Post-Action Assessment, Speculative.
Operation Mercury Halo, Termination Phase. Primary Agent Commander M. Eddington. Field resolution eliminated by Captain B. Sisko. Result: rogue asset neutralized. No Federation political blowback. Strategic narrative preserved. Emotional bond between Sisko and Federation morality recalibrated. Sloane's internal commentary. Sisko hunted him because he thought it was justice. That's what makes it beautiful. The best agents don't even know they're working for us. Filed, Cell Epsilon Shield. Section 31. Analysis Division. Classification: Omega Black. Do not distribute.
With the rationale of the reframing of Michael Eddington being an undercover Section 31 asset, the following extrapolates on the events in the DS9 episode, The Adversary, Season 3, Episode 26.
Section 31, Intelligence Report. From Operative Michael Eddington, Embedded DS9. 2. Director Sloane, Control Oversight. Reference, Ultra Black, Operation Adversary. Date, Stardate 489. 59.1. Controlled Burn Doctrine, Strategic Asset Placement. The infiltration package I embedded within the USS Defiance secondary systems remains undiscovered. Its purpose is not immediate tactical deployment, but long-term exploitation. Operational objective: once my eventual martyr role is enacted, activation of the package will disable the Defiant under my command, stranding her in hostile space or forcing Federation embarrassment. This ensures Starfleet, and by extension, Captain Sisko, appears weak and vulnerable to both allies and enemies. Benefit: elevates my profile as an uncompromising idealist, while sowing distrust between Sisko and Starfleet Command. Federation unity will fracture further, feeding 31's need for pliable, desperate leadership. Assessment of changeling impersonation. The incident aboard the Defiant revealed Dominion infiltration protocols of high relevance. Method: assumption of trusted diplomatic figures, Ambassador Krajewski, to bypass scrutiny and command respect. Behavioral weakness: changelings are arrogant in their impersonations. Details of speech, demeanor, and decision-making were inconsistent enough for suspicion. Strategic implication: the founders excel at mimicry but falter at nuance. This predictability can be codified into controls models for detecting imposters in the future. Evaluation of Odo. Loyalty indicators: Odo's immediate and forceful action against the infiltrator demonstrates continued separation from Dominion ideology. His disgust for changeling deception is authentic. Vulnerability: Odo remains uninfected at this time. The Adversary incident was a missed opportunity to seed him as patient zero. Had he been driven into a link, the infection vector would already be within the Great Link. Recommendation: accelerate the timetable. Engineering circumstances for Odo's exposure must take priority. Waiting for chance encounters with infiltrators is inefficient and dangerous. The sooner he is compromised, the sooner the link can be collapsed from within. Missed opportunity: viral seeding of the link. The failure to exploit Odo's proximity to a changeling during this incident represents a strategic lapse. Every day the founders remain untouched is a day they expand their espionage. Directive suggestion: Starfleet medical health checks or controlled detentions should be orchestrated sooner than later. A single unnoticed injection, diagnostic, or blood screening can achieve what battle failed to. Additional notes of relevance. Sisko's conduct: he displayed a Section 31-worthy mindset, distrustful of his crew, quick to impose authoritarian protocols, yet ultimately effective. He remains a target for long-term cultivation, even if he believes he resists manipulation. Federation perception. The incident has sown paranoia aboard DS9. Crew now question each other's loyalties. This erosion of trust is an exploitable asset. Distrust breeds reliance on unseen protectors. Section 31. Dominion exposure. The Changeling's failure has forced Dominion surveillance into sharper focus. Their need to escalate will expose them sooner, aligning with our strategic objectives. Final recommendation. Controlled burn doctrine. Preserve dormant until my martyrdom phase. Use it to fracture Cisco's command credibility. Changeling data. Integrate impersonation weaknesses into Control's predictive files. Odo. Expedite infection timetable. Patient 0 status cannot be left to chance. He is our scalpel for the extinction of the Great Link. Filed, Michael Eddington, Starfleet Security, Section 31 Operative. Seal, Ultra Black, for Sloan and Control only.
Section 31, Director's Annotation. From Director Luther Sloan to Control Oversight, Ultra Black Archive. Reference: Operative Michael Eddington, Operation Adversary Debrief. On Controlled Burn Doctrine. Eddington's foresight in embedding a latent failsafe aboard the Defiant is commendable. His understanding that its true value lies not in immediate tactical gain, but in narrative control, demonstrates he has absorbed our doctrine. The ship's disablement under his martyr's hand will fracture Cisco's trust in Starfleet command and accelerate the Federation's reliance on hidden hands. Note for archive: Operative Eddington believes the doctrine ensures his legacy. In truth, it ensures his expendability. Martyrs are useful only once. On Changeling impersonation. His assessment aligns with Control's simulations. Changelings mimic with precision, but lack comprehension of nuance. Pride makes them predictable. This is their weakness. The more they infiltrate, the more data we collect. Every imposter that fails sharpens our ability to detect the next. On Odo. Eddington is correct. Our patience courts danger. Odo is uninfected, and the Dominion has already proven willing to risk infiltrators aboard frontline ships. Another opportunity may not present itself so conveniently. Directive: accelerate the timetable. Identify a plausible vector for exposure. Medical screenings remain the most viable path. Patient 0 must not remain theoretical. On Cisco. Cisco responded to the infiltration as expected: paranoia, rapid authoritarian control, and ruthless efficiency. He acted as though he had been trained by us, not by Starfleet. The irony is delicious. He resists manipulation, yet his instincts mirror our own. Cisco is already the Federation's most valuable unknowing operative. He believes he acts alone. He does not. He acts exactly as we require. Final note: Eddington is efficient, but efficiency is not loyalty. His usefulness ends when the martyrdom doctrine is fulfilled. Control calculates a 91% probability that his eventual sacrifice will galvanize Cisco further into our orbit. That is his true purpose: not to break Cisco, but to make him more like us. Filed, Sloan, Director, Section 31. Seal, Control verified, Ultra Black.
Dominion Intelligence Report. Filed by Weiyun, Vorta, Administrator, Alpha Quadrant Operations. For the Founders, Eyes of the Great Link Only. Date, Stardate 48959.1. Subject, Federation response to Founder infiltration of the USS Defiant. A Founder assumed the identity of Ambassador Krajewski and boarded the Federation warship Defiant. His goal was to destabilize relations between Starfleet and the Tzenkethi by provoking military engagement. The Founder's actions succeeded in sowing distrust among the crew, but the attempt ultimately failed. The Founder was exposed and killed by Odo. Analysis of Federation behavior. Captain Benjamin Sisko immediately imposed heightened security protocols, demonstrating both paranoia and decisiveness. His suspicion of his own crew created fractures of trust, an outcome desirable to us. However, his adaptability and swift restoration of authority make him a dangerous adversary. The crew of the Defiant demonstrated cohesion under pressure despite internal suspicions. Their loyalty to Sisko prevented the Founder from maximizing chaos. Recommend further observation of individuals like Worf, Dax, and O'Brien for psychological stress patterns. Odo. The greatest liability. He exposed and terminated the Founder. His revulsion toward Founder methods suggests his estrangement from the Great Link has deepened. This betrayal cannot be overlooked. His continued existence among the Solid's risks, contaminating the link with Federation ideals. Strategic evaluation. Successes. The incident confirmed Federation paranoia regarding infiltration. Their crews no longer trust one another fully. This will erode cohesion over time. Failures. The Founder was destroyed before further destabilization could be achieved. Exposure of the operation risks making Starfleet more vigilant in future encounters. Opportunities. Odo's loyalty to the Federation over the Founders provides a lever. His actions can be used to paint him as a traitor, isolating him further from both Solids and the Link. Conclusions. The Adversary incident demonstrates both the power and the risk of infiltration. Federation crews are susceptible to mistrust, but their leaders, particularly Sisko and Odo, respond with efficiency and resilience. Weiyun's note to the Founders. The Solids grow fearful, exactly as you have ordained. But Odo's continued defiance is intolerable. He stands as a living affront to your perfection. Allow me to recommend measures to either reclaim him or end him. His destruction may serve as the greatest lesson of all, that no one may betray the Founders. Filed by Weiyun, Vorta Administrator. Seal, Dominion Intelligence for the Link Eternal.
Response of the Founders, Voice of the Great Link. Filed to Weiyun, Vorta Administrator, Alpha Quadrant Operations. Seal, for Vorta ears only, for the Link Eternal. Weiyun. Your diligence in reporting the outcome of the Defiant incident is noted. You are correct in your observation that fear now coils through Starfleet's ranks. Suspicion among the Solids is a most useful weapon, one that costs us nothing to maintain, yet bleeds their cohesion slowly and inexorably. We acknowledge your assessment of Sisko, adaptable, decisive, dangerous. He is one of the few solids whose will may one day threaten Dominion strategy if not carefully countered. Continue to watch him. His very strengths will, in time, become weaknesses to exploit. Your attention to Odo is also understood. He has acted against us, and his continued residence among the solids risks further contamination. Yet you speak with a dangerous tongue when you suggest his destruction. He is of us. He is of the link. However, estranged he has made himself, however offensive his choices may be, the truth of his nature cannot be erased. To call for his death is to suggest the death of a founder. That thought itself borders on blasphemy. Hear this clearly, Wei-Yun. No Vorta is permitted to imagine the end of a founder. It is not your place to weigh the value of one of the link, nor to whisper of their annihilation. Your role is service, not judgment. The link will decide Odo's fate, not you. Do not mistake our tolerance for license. We are tempted to correct your insolence immediately. Your line has other clones waiting, after all. Were we less merciful, we would order you to end your life this very moment and allow your successor to learn the humility you seem in danger of forgetting. Remember your place, Wei-Yun. You exist only to serve the founders. Do not presume again. In the link, all is truth. In the link, all is eternal. The founders.
This concludes the excerpt of the book, Section 31's Influence on Deep Space Nine, The Redacted Logs. The book is available in audiobook, ebook, hardcover, paperback, and screenplay. Get the book at Amazon, Apple, Barnes & Nobles, Kobo, or Google Books. Reach out to me directly at euphtis_emery@yahoo.com if you would like to purchase the rights to the screenplay. The audiobook can be purchased from audiobooks.com, Everand, Rakuten Kobo, B&N Audiobooks, Spotify, TuneIn, Bibliotheca, or Overdrive. You will receive the ebook for free at participating vendors to read along and for the beautiful cinematic images. If you missed it, be sure to check out my post where I explore Section 31's influence on the events in the DS9 episode In the Pale Moonlight. As I always say, until next time, peace.